Mine sveinar heime ved og gjøy med det gulleballe, de andre seks på heidingland og gjøy med det jan I kalle. Vi det ut av Franklande med dyre.
All right, everybody, boys and girls, welcome to Paladin Warriors of Charlemagne, presented by Blades and Blasters. I'm Bo. This is session 3 of our campaign. It's going swimmingly well so far. Tonight with us is our usual cast. We have Walter Peck playing Samson of Verdun. We have Sim playing William of Ardennes, or Ardon, I believe it's pronounced. And last but not least, Renier Legris of Ardun, played by Tet. And without further ado, we will get started. A little introduction, as I am wont to do. Let me know if everybody has sight.
Yes, sir.
Oui. There we go. It was only a few days ago that you were enjoying the early summer breeze, the green pastures and rolling hills of Burgundy. But the May fair was cut short. Indeed, interrupting court discussion regarding a Danish hostage, Ogier, whose father had recently insulted the Franks, a herald arrived unbidden. The Duke of Nepi has allied with the Saracens. The pagans have landed near Rome and occupy Mount Janiculum, and these dogs prepare to cross the Tiber and carry fire and sword into the very capital of the Christian world as we speak. They have even installed a false pope. To arms! Liberate the eternal city from these foul infidels and honorless renegades. Of course, armies were mustered at once, with Prince Charlemagne and Dukes Terry and Nemo of Alden and Lorraine respectively in the vanguard. Charlemagne's brother, Carloman, would leave second after more troops arrived. And now you travel in train near to your master, and realize that perhaps your days as a squire are soon at an end, one way or another. Ahead of you rises the pristine slopes of the Alps, and beyond, Lombardy, and then Rome itself. But before you roleplay your way into that scene, I'll let you kind of give a very short summary of what has happened in the intervening month or two since our last session. Take it away.
Samson, upon returning to Verdun, was quite pleased with himself, both in the way he carried himself in battle and how he impressed Prince Charlemagne and the song that he had sung, inspired by the Susanna, the farmer's daughter that he had rolled around in the hay with before marching off to Cologne. Since they've returned, he had learned from this woman that she was now with child, and it was his. A little bit of trepidation. He was excited on one hand, but on the other hand, he knew that despite her growing belly, it was a child that would forever be a bastard, as he would never lower himself to marrying a commoner, regardless if it was the right thing to do or not. Bastardry was common in the area, and this would just be another example of that, though he would take care of the child once it was born. In addition, when he returned, he had sold the 3 slaves he had commandeered. One, he had agreed to sail to Rainier, though if the child was a boy, he would adopt it. A girl, he would most likely give to a abbot or monastery of some kind to be raised as perhaps a nun or an assistant to a bishop or abbot. With his finances slightly higher than they normally are, he went to set out to perhaps buy some equipment for his days as knighthood were not too far ahead, and also to give his tithing to the church.
You want to make your roll for this lady? See if it's a boy or girl?
Yeah, let's do it. Which one? For the slave? Yeah.
For the slave, yeah. I don't think you're late.
No, that's way off.
Probably winter phase or something.
We'll do one as a boy.
One a boy. It's a girl.
When Bertrand finally gives birth, the wet nurse and birthing woman, whatever that's officially called, I don't know back in those times, comes forth. He sees it's a girl, knowing that it has little value to him. He ultimately decides to go to the church, the monastery in Verdun, and offer it to them.
Yeah, some of the nuns would take the child, and they will raise it a Christian woman, a Christian lady, and she'd of course be baptized and probably grow up in a monastery or somewhere else, and that would be it. What was her name?
The girl's name?
Yeah.
That is something for the
I'll tell you.
Nuns to do. Yeah. He stopped caring when it was born the wrong
these
sex.
people will all come back. They'll all come back.
Trio.
Let's see here. Female names. Giva. Geva. What's her name? I don't think you'll live to see her grow up, but...
What's the mom's name?
Hey.
Bertrand. She's on the...
Bertrand.
Yeah, that's who... Bertrand
right
is sold to Legree.
Mm-hmm.
For a half livre.
All right, you guys can put that on your sheets if you would like.
And do you want to tell me what I get for Hennefrid and Rimwald? I know the averages, but...
Yeah, what is the average?
For those two men, 1 livre each.
1. Yeah, I'd say 1.5, so 3 total. You're strapping guys from the frontier. So give yourself another 3 libra.
All right.
And they are sold off into slavery. And since you received Bertrand, we'll move to you next. What's Renier up to?
Renier returned to his manor in Etzelbruck. So I've claimed Etzelbruck as my manor, which is east of Bastogne on the road, where it begins to be dotted at the Trier. Yeah, I'll ping it. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll ping it for you guys here. I think it's there. Is that it?
Nope, that's not it.
No, that's
where is Bastogne?
Bastogne.
Southeast of Bastogne.
Yep, right here. There you go. All right, that's your place, huh?
Yep, Etzelbruck. I picked it because I can pronounce it easily.
Of course.
And it's on the road. So, he returned to Etzelbruck after he stayed with, we'll say, what's his name? What is your name, Walter Beck?
Samson.
He stayed with Samson until the baby was born, and as his guest. And once the baby was born, he a week later took bird trade back to his own manor so she could perform her duties as a house servant to clean and cook and that sort of thing. Otherwise, he's just been training dutifully on his knightly skills, preparing for his next way to gain fortune and glory and wealth. He has the idea in him that one day he could perhaps participate in the slave trade by taking Saxons and selling them on raids, and he wonders if he can enlist Samson to aid him, knowing his hatred of those folk.
Very good. William of Ardon.
So William went back to Ardon, where he went back to practice his courtly activities, his nightly training. Basically hone up, knowing that hopefully one day his days as a squire is numbered. Not taking any slaves during the run. He doesn't have to worry about hanging out, waiting for a bastard to be born. He can say his goodbyes and take his journey with his master.
Well, Billy seems to be the only one with any morals in this game. Let's see.
I gave 10% to the church, and I gave the girl, to the church. Thank you.
And thus we go forward to after the Mayfair, and you left Burgundy, and it's a few days' journey across green fields and pastures. You can hear the sound of Charlemagne's army marching across the fields as you make your way closer and closer to the Alps. You can tell that the road outside the many small villages that you pass through is slightly rising upwards, twisting and turning to the south and to the east. And then eventually in front of you looms the Alps, white-capped snow mountains with jagged peaks and whatnot. And if you look before and behind you, you see thousands of knights and soldiers. And among them, you see Duke Nemo of Lorraine, Duke Thierry, and all, of course, Prince Charlemagne. Would everybody be able to give me a intrigue roll first, and then heraldry? Macro should all be working, hopefully. All right.
You said heraldry?
Yep.
Iron into that learning.
Nobody's into intrigue or heraldry, apparently. So the feeling you would get, the three of you, this would be your first foray into a large-scale military action, most likely, as you cross the Alps and go to Rome. And though you certainly recognize your dukes and Prince Charlemagne, there are several other knights and noble squires around you that seem to be of some import, but you are not well traveled, and your recent escapade up along the Rhine was your first step, and this is your second step into a larger world. And I'll let you kind of role play how you feel. You're just a speck in the sand caught in the storm as you wind your way further and further up into the mountains.
Legree believes that this is his time to shine and make his fortune. He's feeling very bolstered by their successes earlier, and now that he has them by his side again, he seems pleased for he was just at home by himself and his other family members. And he smiles as he sees William and Samson and canters up alongside them. Ah, good friends, how are you? I am pleased to see you on the road south to deliver Rome itself.
Ah, Legree. You look awfully chipper. How was your time away?
Ah, a bit boring, I must say. I thirst for action and glory.
Seems you will have the chance to get plenty of it, Rainier, for we are on a holy quest to save the head of our faith against pagan heathens. Hopefully our steel will cleave them in twain and we will celebrate victoriously in Rome.
Yes, and hopefully there will be plenty of spoils to be had and make our fortune.
We'll be most grateful to receive a few ransoms here and there and the spoils of war that come with victory, which I am sure us Christian knights will have when everything is said and done.
Yes. I'm sure maybe like the last time we went out, they'll come attack the baggage train and we'll have to take them.
I do not plan on being next to the baggage train, my friend.
Well then, where do you plan on being?
I plan on being in the thick of it. I know it will be true. They will need us, brothers.
I agree. This is a war, not some punitive expedition against Saxons. This is going to be true battle. I can feel it in my bones.
Well, then we should see when we arrive. I, for one, think we'll be watching from a distance, unfortunately.
William, did you hear about Samson? That girl? Did you hear he got her with child?
Do you mean the red-headed farm girl?
Ah, yes, we.
Yes, it has been the talk of the courts lately. Look over at Samson. Are
She
you
was
gonna bale some hay?
She was a good luck charm, what can I say? Look how well we did, and all I had to do was lay with her. I would say that is a price worth paying. I have done the right thing, the Christian thing, by acknowledging the baby as mine and agreeing to raise it as my own, as I should.
A house needs retainers, does it not? And what retainer is more loyal than a son? Bastard or net?
Yes.
Exactly. Until I can marry proper and have an heir, as I am the heir to my father's manor, I hope that one day he will be knighted as well, and he can be a bachelor knight in my service, or maybe the count, or even if he's skilled enough, the duke.
Or if he's particularly skilled, he could join my house and serve me.
I would wish on not some punishment like that for him. You already have a servant, one that I generously gave to you at a modest price. Tell me, how does she do?
She is not very much of a cook or a cleaner. She needs more training.
She will have your manners spotless in no time, and you will be fat as a pregnant woman with her excellent cooking when it's all said and done. You'll give her good Frankish values, and she'll barely remember her Saxony heritage within the year.
Yes, my other servants say she cries at night. I will have to make sure that she stops this. She must be happy with her new life. Don't you think?
Yes, I agree. It's better to be a slave of a Frankish knight than a free woman of Saxony in that dark, dank woods that they call a home. Peat bogs, disgusting.
This is what I said. She has a roof over her head. She has 3 meals a day.
She probably even gets to bathe once a year.
Well,
What is
I
not
do
to be
not know
thankful?
about that.
You mean to tell me that you'd keep it around smelling like the stench that she cleans?
Well, a bath will wash off her humors that keep her safe from sickness, will it not?
I don't know. I think it reaches to a point where the smell wards off the good and allows the evil to enter.
Well, that farm gear did allow the evil to enter, did it not?
Yes. Well, if Samson says it was worth it, I assume it was.
Oh yes, we have. She has proven to be quite happy in both the situation and the continued work in the My Manor's haylofts.
I see. I wonder, is she staying with you then?
With her father's permission, she will have a position available at my manor when the time comes. That is
Interesting.
something I had considered once returning from the fair, but much more pressing matters are at hand now, and is something we can address when I return victorious with the princes.
Yes, I wonder, brothers, I had a idea about afterwards. If we all survive, God willing, and I'm sure he will be looking over us. After this expedition, I expect that we will fight valiantly, and I would not be surprised if we were taking a knee in front of the prince himself. If so, we will need to make our fortune.
What are you suggesting?
Where there are pagans on each side of us, perhaps we could form raiding parties. Destroy the pagans and bring back slaves and sell them at the market in Verdun.
If my lord permits it, then I would be more than happy to form some sort of raiding party when we return.
Yes. I will should also take part.
Wonderful. It will be a profitable expedition, I think. We will talk about it more after which way to go. I know that Samson disfavors Saxons, so perhaps we could start there.
They may be pagans and hideous to look upon, but they still fetch a good price, for they are tall and broad of shoulder and strong, and I'm sure they will be excellent laborers for whoever purchased them.
Wonderful. It's settled then.
Agreed.
What have you been up to, William? I have not heard from you for 2 months. Not even a letter.
Well, for training to become a knight and all the courtly stuff, it takes time. I was busy. I had worship to attend to and affairs to be in order. Well, I can't let my falconry go to waste. I had to practice that.
You did not even have time to visit a monk and have them write up a letter to your good friend Legree?
Unfortunately, I was kept pretty busy. But I figured I'd see you guys soon enough.
And here we are on the road again.
Yes. And speaking of which, where was my letter?
It must have been lost. I sent it.
Puh.
What do you huff at me for, Samson? I stayed with you
I-
for 2 months.
I do not recall you ever telling me that you could read or write.
Oh, I cannot. I said that I would go to a monk and have them
write down my words. Of course.
Ah, so you're saying it's a monk's fault. Be careful blaming a follower of Christ.
Oh, of course not. He makes the cross over his chest. I would never blame a priest, but whoever the courier was.
Ah, yes, of course.
But I'm glad to see we didn't need the letters from Samson. He was all the talk everywhere I went.
Hopefully my songs that I sang on the way to Cologne have spread all the way to Ardun.
You should be so lucky. It was more about your twist with the farm girl. I must have heard 4 different versions of it.
Well, do tell. I'm rather bored on this horse. How detailed were the details?
Yes, I try not to pay attention, but I do. And some of them do not bear repeating, for as the Lord is listening.
Well, this will not satiate my boredom, certainly. I am eager, and this is a long ride. Someone will have to tell me a story to keep me entertained. How about the bard of... what did he call you?
I believe he called me the Squire Bard of
Verdun.
Verdun.
Well, Squire
I couldn't
Bard,
pull it up fast enough.
entertain us with a song.
Yes. Put the farm girl story into a tune we can listen to.
Oh, a wise and noble idea.
I don't know if my voice will carry quite well in these higher altitudes in these mountains, but I can give it a try. And he just like butchers it like badly. He's like,
Forgets the words.
this air in here, it does not sit well with me. I can't remember exactly how it went, but this is more of a tribute to that song than the actual song.
Yes, the Squire Bard of Verdun. Truly magnificent.
Yes, perhaps when Prince Charles summons you up to sing for him, you'll be better.
As we climb these Alps, it makes me think as if we're almost on a stairway to heaven. Perhaps you'd like to hear something on my lute.
Of course, I would love to hear Stairway to Heaven.
Yes, as long as it doesn't sound like me stepping on my cat.
And he just, let's see here. How does this sound? And he just kind of
There you
messes
go.
with it.
Do you have a check mark next to play yet?
Do 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 do. I'm about to, I think.
I think you got it last time, didn't you?
No, that was singing. I lucked out. I got a 2 on
You
my
got
2
4.
singing.
You got 4. You hit it.
So he just belts out some Stairway to Heaven on the way to help pass the time.
As you go ahead. I'll interrupt.
Renee says, when you meet your glorious end, I will commission a lyricist to add words to your fine string play.
That would be most kind of you. A holy song, it sounds like. Stairway to Heaven, does it not?
It most certainly does. You need another neck for your lute, so you can play them at the same time.
We'll agree. And perhaps instead of hiring one, you could sing it yourself.
Oh, I am not much of a singer.
Well, how does one expect to get better if they don't practice?
Oh, my friend. Even I cannot be a man of that many talents. I would dance, but this is an inappropriate place.
As you're saying that, 2 men ride up on your horses, right beside you. They were going to pass, but they kind of heard the chit chat and they heard the playing of the lute. One of them is a very large man with reddish hair and a helmet on and some chainmail. And he is on a charger next to another gentleman with darker hair and a chiseled jaw. You would instantly recognize the large man. He looks very Danish. And indeed, this is Ogier the Dane, who the king's or the prince's court was the king's court was considering executing him before this campaign was started. Not because of any hostilities against Ogier himself. He has been a hostage in Duke Thierry's court for about the past 5 years, just as a hostage exchange with a group of Danes that they at some point had peace with. But Ogier's father recently disgraced the Frankish kingdom and renounced all ties and any allyship. The man next to him you might not have seen it yet. He introduces himself while the Dane stays silent. "Ho there! Roland, my name is. Cousin to Prince Charlemagne. Who goes there? Whose voice rings fair in this mountain air, and whose lute lilts upon the breeze like silk? Please, if you consider adding some lyric to that song, myself and my large Danish friend here would much appreciate it."
Oh, this is Samson, my lord, the Squire Bard of Verdun. Perhaps you have heard of him.
"I think I have heard a thing or two. Rumors mostly whispered in chuckles in taverns. I thought it nothing more than a folk tale, but it seems it was true. You're in good company, Squire Samson. I am Squire Roland, as I say. Perhaps this campaign will see us reach the rank of the knight. I've had dreams of late of gleaming armor and shining swords, and I think this may be our opportunity."
If God wills it, Squire Roland, then may us all be knighted when this is said and done. Hopefully we can take these Moors or Saracens and these pagans and cast them out of the holy city. But yes, I do play the lute and sing from time to time, and I greatly am humbled by your appreciation of this song, and I hope to refine it and make it even more enjoyable as the days go by.
"It'll be a song most fit for a king's court," says Ogier. "But I'm not letting you off the hook that easy. Someone must put words and voice to that tune. What do you say, Roland? Let's hear it. You have no audience but ourselves in these barren mountains." Hello.
Hello.
Are you gonna? I thought you said Roland.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Who
Who are you talking
Oh, I meant you, Renier.
Oh!
You're the one saying. I'm sorry.
I was waiting for Roland to answer this whole time.
I was like, wait, who's talking? I'm confused.
You.
No. Renee says, "Oh, I am not much of a singer, but my friend William here, he is most excellent the times I have heard him sing."
But you are too modest, my friend.
Oh, you are too modest, my friend. You should lean back and open your mouth and sing some.
Yes, if you'd like to hear the sound of someone stepping on the cat, I shall sing for you.
It sounds interesting to me.
Ogier turns to Roland. These men are indecisive. Let us hope they do not show such disregard and indecisiveness in battle. I will see you on the other side of the Alps, William of Ardennes. Rigligri, Lord of Verdun, I bid you adieu.
Good day, and may God smile upon thee in your travels.
Yes. May he grant us a prosperous journey.
He and Roland kind of kick their horses into a gallop, and you see small plumes of snow kick up behind them as they make their way up the column, greeting and that sort of thing as you climb higher into the mountains. Several days pass, you make camp. Unfortunately, the weather, even in early summer, up high in the pass is not good. There is whipping, tearing winds that seem to try to blow the flesh from your bones. At night, it's very dark, and you can hear the howling of wolves up in the mountains. And I want you guys all to roll from a table, and it's called Mountain Dangers. Now, do you guys have a macro at the bottom of your screen that says tables?
No.
Okay. Show macro.
Out of my screen. Let me look around
The
here.
macro bar or whatever it's called?
It's down at the bottom left.
You
At the
gotta-
bottom left.
You got to click it. Everybody
Oh,
get
yeah, we have to turn it on. That's right.
Yeah.
How do we do that? Let's see.
it. Go to it and click the checkbox.
Where am I going in the settings?
Oh, in the
now?
collections. So go to
Yeah.
collections.
The macros.
Yeah, where the macros are, and go down to tables and put it in your bar.
There we go.
Everybody do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we're rolling on this
I'm
table.
working on it.
Yep. You're each going to roll on this table, and we'll see what happens during this journey here.
I'm going into my
Tim.
character sheet to find that.
No. Go into next to the jukebox to the right.
Yep.
Click that, and then at the top you see name and then all the macros there. Click tables in bar.
Gotcha.
So, Sim, one day you are
Oh, God.
are skirting a narrow ledge, and the ground is quite unsteady beneath your feet. You have to dismount your horse. Actually, this is a part through the pass. You guys are all just going past, kind of single file. If you think of like Lord of the Rings or the scaling Mount Cadras, is that sort of situation. So give me an awareness. If you pass the awareness, you don't get the damage, but if you do, you're going to get buried in the snow.
Common, all right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What a roll!
There you go. Tell me what that looks like, and maybe your friends help you out. It's up to you guys.
So as William's leading the way along this path, he starts feeling the ground kind of shake, and he sees some snow falling down. And almost as he gets going across, and Sansom and Renee are behind him, he just feels that he's seen this before, just from being on the ground and watching the snow move. And he stops and he pushes back Samson and Rainier as the snow comes tumbling down. Ugh, that was close. We would have been swimming down to the bottom.
That is good reflexes, my friend. God looks out for you.
Yes, well, I think he sent me to look out for you too. Yeah. Smile.
And you see that big roar as another one kind of comes down, and it catches one of the sergeants, one of the foot soldiers, kind of up ahead of you, and just falls down. Just, yeah! He falls and tumbles down the cliff, with all of you just kind of continue on your journey. Oh no! Roll your horse con. Roll your
Didn't
horse
have a
con.
button, so
I did it on, I made a macro for it. I
Oh.
made a button for it.
I see horse. Okay,
Hopefully you have it entered into your sheet.
I do.
Oh, fumble.
It really dies.
What happens to it?
That's not the threshold, though. That's weird. Anyway, it's 8, but...
Hey,
Yeah, it, as we're getting out of the way of the, getting out of the way of the avalanche, the horse, like, falters on the path and stumbles off the ledge and topples into the darkness, and Renee is just able, just barely to let go of the reins, and it just kind of oddly the splat on the ground.
Alrighty.
So you're kind of trudging along now.
I have
mean,
another
you've been-
Rouncy. It's okay.
Yeah. We have your other round, so you lose that horse.
Yeah.
Rough, tough. Whose turn now, Samson?
Yep.
New item.
What the hell?
I think I have
As the avalanche slowly resides or ends, he's kind of digging through trying to find people, and he feels something, and it definitely doesn't feel like a helm connected to a person or the remains of a horse or anything like that, and he pulls it out and finds a...
That's a mistake.
No!
That's a mistake.
He finds
Roll
a
it again.
mistake.
Roll it again.
another
That's
farm
what
girl.
I said.
He finds my baby.
Are you rolling? You're not rolling the
Travel, right?
No, the mountain dangers.
Oh,
Mountain dangers.
that probably explains it. He didn't wipe his hand after he took a dump in the mountains.
Mountain
God,
dangers.
Pink
That's
eye.
not-
I have
that doesn't seem-
pink
That doesn't
eye.
sound very.
that makes sense.
Your horsemanship's bad, isn't it?
No, it's actually good.
Is it good? All right. Make a horsemanship. Let me see if I have a horse sound here. Yes, yeah. So you only have to do the strength. So tell me, like, you're on, like, have it reined up somewhere and it starts to panic. It hears a wolf. And tell you what happens. Yeah.
During the night, there's there's always the sounds from the dark, and while normally his horse, being a trained war horse, is fairly calm, something just spooks it, whatever it is. Maybe a pair of red eyes in the night, and it just starts, rearing up and kicking its hind legs, and Samson rushes up to its side, petting it, and it's all right, boy, it's all right, and kind of quickly finds an apple and feeds it. It's okay. Calm down. And over the course of a minute or so, it finally regains its composure and back to being a stupid horse chewing on hay and ignoring what's going on.
You see more than a few of your fellow men perish on the mountainside, whether due to exposure from the elements, accidents, or injuries. And even a few of them just simply can't make the journey, whether they're old or too young or have a weak constitution. Some of them either just turn back and head home or kind of meander from the pathway and find a cold, barren rock to sit on and simply freeze and die. About 2 weeks into the journey, you're either at the height of the mountains or hopefully about ready to exit the Alps and descend down into the Lombard Valley. When I want you guys each to make me a love God roll.
Of course, Sim.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You're a simp for God.
So at around dinner time, at one point, you're with Renier and Samson there. They're making camp for the night. When you go out a little bit of ways, either to scout the terrain around you or try to find some sort of firewood, although you're nearly above the tree line and any timber is very hard to find. When you see, kind of cresting one of the hills, a giant rack of a stag, and the stag turns and looks at you, and it seems to you in the fading sunlight that it's completely white and void of color.
William would kind of lean against a tree and kind of stare at it in awe. Such a beautiful creature you are. Almost heavenly.
Give me a hunting or fairy or folklore.
I gotta look to see which one I want to use. Or it's definitely gonna be hunting.
Got it. Yeah, give yourself a check for hunting. There's certainly something surreal about this stag, and your first intuition as a sign of God you feel is right. Something strikes you as an arrow in the heart, and as, just like in this picture, the stag kind of rears up and the setting sun glistens through its antlers, and you hear a voice inside your head. You do the Lord's work, my son. Come hither. And so that stag just scurries down from the mountain and disappears from your sight.
It wants me to come hither.
Mm-hmm.
We shall go hither. Hearing voices from God. Why not listen?
I'm going to give you a little bit of glory there. 5 more. Are you going to go by yourself or go grab your boys?
He gonna go by himself. He doesn't wanna. He wants to make haste.
All right. So as you kind of scurry up to that precipice where the stag was, and you see hoof prints. Those hoof prints kind of go back down the mountain, kind of on the opposite side of where camp is. So give me another hunting roll. Very good. That's 1, another 3. So tell me how you kind of lose the trail initially, and then down probably 200 yards from where you started, you pick the trail back up, what looks to be near a babbling brook coming down from a mountain spring.
So as he makes haste and follows the tracks, the snow kind of gets a little too loose to make sense of out of if anything's walked through there. And maybe it wasn't a sign. Maybe I'm just going a little crazy in this air. And here's the brook. And maybe I'll just go get the drink of water. Quite parched. And he'll continue down, and then he'll see the tracks again, almost miraculously. And then he'll kneel down and get a sip of water, and then he'll stand back up and continue following them.
And give me another hunting roll.
Yep, I know it.
Miss it. So you miss it. You lose the trail again, and the sun starts to fade, and it gets lower and lower. The temperature is dropping, and you can feel seeping in through your boiled leather, your ring mail, the cold mountain air. You're down below the tree line now, and you're surrounded by cedar trees, pines, and other sorts of evergreens. And every once in a while, you seem to catch a glimpse of the stag in the rising moonlight, but then you lose it again. This is the third one. You need 2 out of 3. So you want to go for broke or turn back?
I will go for broke.
Go for broke.
Go get lost in the woods. Make my new night.
You can do it.
Yep. Find him. So you journey like most through the night at this point. Well past midnight, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and you actually catch sight of this thing as it's kind of winding down these what looks to be like either old maybe Roman roads, or maybe just even game trails. But you seem to be guided by the hand of God, tracking this steed. And what happens is you lose sight of it initially, and the sun starts to rise early in the morning. And then you look down into a valley, and you see this. As the sun rises, a bright verdant plain stretches before you. This most certainly would be the Lombard Valley. And most certainly the train, the war party, probably has 3 or 4 more days the way they're going in order to get where they go. This is a shortcut you have discovered. Unfortunately, the stag is gone, but we do give you 10 glory. Tell me how you react to that.
So as he steps from the wilderness and sees the nice green grass and lower altitudes and a little warmer air, this must be where we're supposed to be going. It is beautiful. You know, kind of look around for the stag. And perhaps he was just leading me here, or perhaps I failed. And he'll kind of sit and ponder for a minute, and he'll stand up and, well, perhaps if I show the way, I need to get here faster. Show him the path of the deer. He'll kind of turn back around a little excitedly and make his way back to camp quickly as he can.
So you turn your around and you head back up the mountain the way you came, kind of knowing the shortcut down into the Lombard Valley. But in the meantime, unfortunately, what's happened is you've kind of disappeared. And as you guys are preparing camp for the night, Renier and Samson, William is nowhere to be found. I'll let you kind of role play how you handle that.
Rainier, have you seen William?
Oh, I have not. I hope he did not find a rock to sit on.
That is something for the old and the feeble. 2 things our friend William is not. Is there a camp follower he's had his eye on for a while, perhaps?
Oh, not that I know. He is very devout for the Lord, and he puts his hand up to the sky. I think that is the only love that he wishes.
Too true, too true. He is quite the chaste squire. Is living up to, I'm sure, whatever his masters wants him to do. With that said, maybe he is seeking out a priest or a cleric of some kind to seek guidance as we make our way into Italy.
Yes, I do not know. You would have to ask around.
It's getting late and it gets cold. We'll go quickly look before we turn in, or before at least I turn in for the evening.
Oh, I will go with you. I can't have William running away. That would not look good on any of us.
Too true. I would drag him back here by the ear and give him a lesson in being valorous and honorable and living up to the knightly code that we all live by.
Of course. Let us see if we can find our wayward friend. Perhaps he just had to take a shit.
Too true.
Yeah, and so you, the sun is setting. You kind of, estimate the direction he might have gone out to scout a little bit, and you're looking in the failing light for footprints where he may have gone. So give me either awareness or hunting.
Oh, hunting for sure.
And I want you guys each to give yourself a check in.
Oh my God.
Where's the generous? Each give yourself a check in generous since you went out to find him at night.
All right, let me see. What did he say? Hunting or awareness?
Yes.
Let's get these shingles out of the way. There you go.
No. So you see where he's headed.
Samson follows, and he kind of sees Rainier going off in a direction that's clearly not correct. He's like, "Where are you going? This is clearly the way to go. What are you following? Those are goat tracks, man."
Oh, well, I just wanted to see if you were paying attention, my friend. I was testing your own hunting abilities. I am a superior hunter, no doubt, but let us go. We will follow your path.
Yes, let's go and see where this leads.
Both of you rolled again.
Okay. Oh!
Correct.
As I was saying.
So you follow. Here's what happens here. So you follow this track through the night if you want to. It's up to you if you turn back. But if you want to keep following it, despite the failing light, not long after the sun rises, you would just catch William on his way back to the camp. This is probably be at like 7 o'clock the next morning. You guys are tired as hell.
Yeah. Finding him, Renee is irritated. Ah, William, what have you been doing? We have been looking all night for you.
You had us worried, friend. Where were you?
It was a strange tale. I went to go say my nightly prayer to myself, to the Lord, and I saw the most beautiful deer. Beautiful stag. Too beautiful to hunt. And it seemed like something pulled me to follow it. And I did. All night. And it was almost like the Lord's grace.
You lost your wits? Why did you follow this? What did you find when you got to the end of your path?
Lombardy.
Oh, my friend, I
Smile.
think you are having some ill effects from the exposure of the cold.
There are no ill effects. It was the divine presence that showed me this.
Oh,
Green
yes.
Valley.
Yes. Lombardy, you say? We are going there with the others.
Yes. Speaking of the others, we must hurry. This is a shortcut.
A shortcut, you say?
Yes.
Oh, my friend, if you tell the the knights that you have a shortcut to Lombardy and you head into nothing, it will not look good on you or us.
But it will not fail. For as I marked the trail, and the Lord showed me. Come. Let's go seek an audience at once.
Renee looks to Samson. Yes, go ahead, William. We will be right behind you.
I'll come with you.
William is all smiles as he's proud, thinking that everybody's supporting him. Yes, it was the strangest thing. The Lord talked to me, begged me to follow him, told me to come hither.
Uh-huh. You saw the divine with your own eyes?
No, I saw it but his messenger.
I see.
He's still upbeat, walking towards the convoy.
Well, if you found a shortcut, God works in mysterious ways. Perhaps it was via this. Let us hope that you are correct and that this speeds up our arrival. And I'm sure you will be commended and rewarded for this discovery.
I do not seek the commendations and the rewards. I seek but to follow the path of the Lord. And if they happen to come as a byproduct, then it is as God wills it. But it
Who
was
am
beautiful.
Who am I to deny the will of God and his beauty? Let us see what our knights have to say and our lords.
Yes, yes.
So you trundle through the early morning hours the rest of the way up towards where the convoy is. Again, you get near the tree line and you see the icicles hanging from the trees. And as you get to the convoy, you're probably surprised that they haven't broken camp yet and left. And as you kind of emerge from behind the mountain, Duke Toto kind of is kind of going up and down the ranks and sees you emerge from the wilderness. Come here, man! What is wrong with you? Silly knaves! Leaving like this, abandoning your post. You could have been frozen to death, eaten by wolves, or worse. What say you to defend yourself? It seems you're not alone. You and every other youthful squire along this train of war seems to have seen visions from God. Ha! I say, too long without the company of women and wine is your problem. Ah, explain yourself. We need to be on the move. We are still 4 or 5 days from Rome, and the heathen Saracens surely will move more quickly than us.
And William would approach and kneel to his lord. My lord, I bring but good news. If you allow me to speak.
Speak quickly, man, so that we may move at once. And after that, I do not want to hear your wagging tongue until we reach Lombardy, or even Spoleto, our first stop, where we will meet the king of the Lombards.
But it's seen. As I was out doing my nightly prayer, I felt a divine presence beg me to look in a certain direction, and I saw the most beautiful deer. It was all white, you see, and it almost like it begged me to follow him. So I did, and I walked for most of the night. But guess what I found, my lord? The green valley of Lombardy.
Are you daft, man? Our scouts are no fools. They still say we are 4 or 5 days' march away. Why should I believe a squire who has delusions of grandeur?
But I do not seek grandeur, my lord. I merely seek to get us out of this forsaken snow and onto the green grasses of the Lombardy, into the valley. I do believe the Lord showed me this for purpose, so we may make it to Rome quickly.
Roll me attitude, Lord. To be under passions, attitudes.
Yep, here's where he gets to crazy. Let's see.
It's under attitudes, yeah.
Hey.
Wow,
Yep.
18.
Yeah, give yourself a check. Give yourself a check there.
I am but a good knight.
Duke Toto looks to old Billy Boy. Looks you up and down. Your head is ever among the clouds, William of Ardon. But I know you to be a reasonable man and speak nothing but the truth. I will bring what you say back to Prince Charlemagne, and I will trust you. We will take this path less traveled. If indeed it results in our arrival to Spoleto 5 days earlier than imagined, much glory will be given to you and your friends. Right now, I must be gone. Stay here. Get something to eat and warm up.
Yes, my lord. I know my friends are tired and hungry for as they've been following me all night.
Oh, yes, just trying to make sure you were okay. When Thierry leaves, Renee is like, William, you had best not be insane, or we all will suffer for this.
Man, we shall suffer in life. It is our lot. No matter if the shortcut is true or not.
It is true life is suffering, but that does not mean I welcome it or want it. But I do hope this vision of whatever it is that you had comes to fruition, for it will be very beneficial for not only you, and I know you do not seek accolade or glory, but it is finding you, whether you wish it or not. And I hope it gets this army one step closer to where it needs to be.
And indeed, over the next several hours, though you have to travel 2 by 2 down this path, the large army of thousands, with Prince Charlemagne at its very head, trusting William of Ardenne, now known as, let's see, William the Navigator is a title. You can put that on there as an honorific. And I'll let you role play what looks like as Charlemagne leads you down out of the mountains into the verdant plains of northern Italy. And William gets 20 glory, and then you guys get 10. I'm adding it in.
So yes, as they're making their way down, following 2 by 2, but following everybody else, because we are but squires. You can feel the warmth start hitting your face. See, I told you it's getting warmer, ain't it?
I did not believe it, and I doubted you, and for that I apologize, William. It seems you have found something that most have missed, and for that I am thankful.
Yes, unlike our other friend, I never doubted you for a moment, my friend. I am glad that God has shown you the way.
Yes, for I didn't find it. The Lord found it and gave it to me.
I cannot believe you did not believe him, Samson.
Let us not forget you backing away from our friend when he had the scrutiny of the Duke.
I simply was gaining my footing.
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, it don't matter. Faith is all we got sometimes. You must use it sometimes to guide you.
Used it you did. Well done.
Praise
And
the
you
Lord.
You come down out of the mountains, and it's only a 2-day travel through northern Italy. It's the first week of June now, and eventually you spy a large manor in the distance, very lightly walled, but in a peaceful area. And we're going to kind of go into a little bit of a more not vague, but I don't know what the word is. Timeline, just a little more general as you head down into the town of let's see what it's called. What did I say before? Spoleto and Lombard. And outside of that manor, you see a camp, another camp with hundreds of tents and thousands of men and dozens of horses. And you must you likely make the calculation that this is the camp of King Desiderius of Lombard. And if anybody wants to make a heraldry or a recognized check, I'll let you guys do that too.
Oh, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
I don't know if I want to roll my heraldry and in hopes of getting a check mark on it.
You guys are a bunch of country bumpkins.
Oh, so
Jesus.
close.
Sim only has one. You guys all do too.
Almost got it.
You don't recognize the actual banner, but in the center of camp there is a very large banner and a man and not the king but somebody else in quite regal clothing that seems to demand respect. And out of the front of the vanguard you see the Duke Nemo and Thierry and Prince Charlemagne riding down to that camp. And from a hill outside of Spoleto you can see a meeting between King Desiderius and this other gentleman as they go into a large camp to plan war. At this point, you have a couple days of downtime to kind of refresh, maybe even take a bath if you want, get some good food, and gather some rumors. So just for role play, Father, why don't you guys each give me an intrigue check.
Wow. We are in the know.
Yes, we are.
Samson rolls once on the Lombard rumors table.
Travel events?
Whatever table
I
you
found
pick.
a new item.
Yeah, you hear that the Saracens are supporting a pope who's like an illiterate imposter, put on the ONC by Duke Toto, who was one of the Saracens. And I don't know, you can relay this information to William of Ardennes or whoever else is pious. They certainly would be enraged about it. Why don't you roll one more time, Samson, on that table? Yep, now you know who this guy is. The allied Lombards are led by Sir Allery of Berterna, a cousin of the late Pope. God is on our side, so I'll let you guys kind of role play what this looks like, and if you're hopeful, and like what you do with the camp and whatnot.
Once camp was made, Samson, when done speaking with his master and released for the day, made his way through both the Frankish camp and the Lombard camp, listening for rumor, seeing who best to talk to, be it a cook that listens in when knights eat and rub shoulders, or perhaps a steward or herald with loose lips. As he listens, he learns and repeats to his friends, especially William, that the new pope is an illiterate imposter that had been put on the throne, so to speak, by this renegade duke. And he also mentions this Sir Allery and his relation to the late pope, and that it is clearly a sign, in addition to William seeing the white stag in the mountains, that God is willing us to victory with these signs and these, I wouldn't quite say miracles, but these little things that show that he is there and guiding us through his invisible hand.
Ah, yes. The Lord is always present. Remember that in your prayers.
Indeed I shall. We have a righteous cause that has been put before us, and in our duty to both our king and our kingdom and Christ, we shall see this mission accomplished.
We shall, by his light. For as he will not hand it to us, we shall have to earn it, but we shall persevere.
Just remember, if we are so lucky, and I know this will almost surely not happen, but lucky enough to capture this imposter that currently sits on the Holy See, I'm sure Sir Allery would be most gracious if we were to turn him over directly to him.
Yes. I'm sure he would be. And there would be rewards. But
Rewards you don't seek, of course, correct?
but I have no problem receiving.
Sharing then, a most generous squire.
So one afternoon, late in the afternoon, Prince Charlemagne is walking through the camp along with the dukes. You likely are in the large camp as well, although it's so large that you may not be rubbing shoulders with the high-ups, as it were. But from up on a hill, you hear a guard shout, "Alas! Alas! A rider! A rider approaches from the south, a herald from Rome. There is news from the holy city. Let him through the gates." And they let this herald through the gates, and he has a few others with him, and he's dressed in kind of medieval Romanesque attire, and he has a white steed with gold ribbons in its hair and kind of rides across the gangway into the manor, and he has his steed and just kind of kicks it up into the air. And he goes, "Hear me! Hear me now, all of you! To action! To action! Soldiers of the true faith! Defenders of Christianity, the pagans have killed the Pope and plundered the papal palace. We march in haste against these sacrilegious hounds. To war! To war! King Charlemagne, we bid you make haste!" And he kind of turns back around and heads back to the south along with his cadre. After that, the three of you just hear the camp erupt into a cacophony of shouts, whinnying horses, and horns as calls to battle seem to have been made. You are also still wondering where the hell Prince Carloman is, as they were supposed to rendezvous here with reinforcements before marching on Rome in force. But nonetheless, it does seem that Prince Charlemagne, with this new news, has decided to muster and march forth with the forces that you have, perhaps with the portend of God on your side. And very soon, within hours, even through the night, it seems that your army will be marching towards Rome. So I'll let you take that on.
Samson, of course, is incensed by the news of what these individuals have done, a horrific crime to kill, the voice of God, the Pope, and he joins the chorus of cries of oath sworn and honor to be. It's on the honorable thing to do to see them destroyed, not just because it's the right thing to do, but the holy thing, and kind of puts his weapons in order and waits for his duke and master to order him to wherever he needs to be as he is ready to ride.
Yes, William joins in on the cheers as well, knowing that the Pope has died. There's a great pain on him and the rest of the people. So he hurries and gets his gear ready and looks in at Samson and Renee. We best be ready. Maybe we'll get our chances.
Renee is fairly quiet during the whole thing, almost contemplative. He puts his hand, or his chin in his hand and rubs his face. "I cannot believe they would kill the Pope."
They're heathens. What else are they supposed to do?
"Not do that, but I do worry that we are missing half our forces. They have not arrived yet. Perhaps it is because we are here early, and they did not find your path, William."
Well, then they are not with God.
Them.
If God did not show them the way, they do not need to be here.
It is true, we do not have our full complement, but with God on our side, I believe we will be victorious.
Perhaps. And he does look a little concerned.
Are you questioning your faith, Renee? Haven't the Lord showed you that he is there, he is present, and he wants us and wills us to do this now?
Does he? I do not know. He did show you the way, that is undoubtful, but I am more, I suppose, cautious when it comes to such things. If we did not need the rest of the army, then why were they called for? There have been other Christian armies who have been defeated, my friends. We would not be the first.
I understand being cautious, but this is we are on a mission from God, and do not let your heart be troubled, for trust in God is trust in truth.
Of course. Well, either way, we sally forth now, no matter what a squire thinks. Huh?
Yes. And by your cabinet proudness, I expect you to be leading the way. And you kind of smile. And you start galloping towards the rest of the group.
Just kind of grumbles.
Army breaks camp and leaves Spoleto that evening, marching through the night, not stopping till the next morning. Each of you catch a few hours of sleep before, even as Prince Charlemagne rides among the men. Men of Ardennes, of Burgundy, of Lorraine, men of the Rhine, who serve the Frankish kingdom and my father, King Pepin. Now is not the time for wariness. Now is not the time for caution. Now is the time for boldness and action of heart. For the Pope, the voice of God here on this earth, have been slain by heathens. Impassion yourselves. Along the road we will find glory. The Lord himself smiles upon us and grants us glad weather for our journey. There will be resting in St. Peter's Cathedral after we kick these heathen bastards out of the seat of Christendom on earth. What say you?
Hear, hear. Death to the heathens. May they feel sword and fire.
Yes, William will be holding the sword in the air, cheering as well.
And 3 more days march, double time march, you eventually reach the outskirts of Rome. You see that the city seems to have been encircled. There are not yet weapons of war, but just hundreds, if not thousands, of tents. And then you see a large Saracen camp with green banners unfurled in the wind on one of the hills opposite the city of Rome. And Prince Charlemagne draws himself up on another hill, trying to take at least what high ground there is. And you make camp and prepare for war. Prince Charlemagne and the dukes and Sir Allery are not to be found. They are no doubt plotting the next move in this chess game. Though wrath would have them spur to action immediately, they at least take some caution to have a plan of battle. One thing all of you do notice is that Sir Allery and his personal guard have been given the oriflamme, which is the banner of Francia. And you probably surmise this is done to cement the allyship with Lombard and King Pepin. And it was more of a political maneuver than anything else. But it certainly does give Sir Allery and his men some large manner of honor as they make their way about the camp. So I'll let you role play. And if you would like to do battle to kind of analyze the terrain and kind of have your own opinions on what would work best, I'll let you guys do that too.
as the lay of the land is kind of shown to the squires, Samson remembers the advice that he had given to Prince Charlemagne and how he had been impressed upon it, and he once again sets to putting his eyes to the field, seeing for advantages, disadvantages, routes of attack, routes of counterattack, everything that would be needed to bring victory to the Lombard and Frankish forces. And I will roll battle.
Yeah. As the squires look on, William would talk battle with Samson. Some of the advantages of the land and stuff as well.
Holy crap. You have a 20
Success.
Mm-hmm.
Some crits.
Damn, son.
Some
Jesus
crits.
favors you today.
I know.
Not in combat. Watch, I'm going to die in combat.
He was great until he had to fight.
All right. So success. Success. Both of you, your opinion is that the Saracens certainly have a large numerical superiority, so it's going to be a very tough battle. Much depends on which side is able to maintain itself on the hilltops. But William the Navigator, you notice that the pagan baggage camp is virtually undefended. A sweeping attack from the hills behind Mount Janiculum would be devastating. So I'll let you guys kind of roleplay that, and if you want to pass along that information or what.
Yeah. So as we're sitting there discussing, William would point towards the baggage train. Do you see that, Samson? Remember back when we went with to fight the Saxons?
I do.
Indeed.
Why do not ask my counsel?
William smiled. Well, I was going to as well, but you didn't give me a chance to include you into the conversation. And you look over. Do you remember how we had to stay back and protect it? You would know there was a scant force of us. Yeah. Citizens, they don't have anybody over there. If you route through there, you could get behind them.
Wise strategy is Samson's kind of looking at the layout of the land. He kind of sees the topography and sees that, whoever maintains the high ground will be able to hold the advantage in the battle. And we all know how important the high ground is. And while he's looking at these hilltops, he does miss, unlike William, that their baggage camp is undefended, and an attack against there would be quite devastating. And he kind of slaps his friend on the shoulder. Well done, Samson. That would be quite the victory if we were able to destroy that. We should bring it attention to our masters and our betters right away.
Perhaps we should rally some men and go ourselves.
Do you think that wise with the numerical advantage the Saracens and their pagan allies have?
Imagine the glory, my friends.
Well, perhaps, unlike last time, this would be a great advantage for them. Perhaps we can give it the information, and maybe we'll be allowed to ride on with the charge.
This is not a bad idea.
But we must be ready to be guarding the baggage train again, since sometimes fortune favors the bold, sometimes it makes us watch baggage trains.
When can we ever gain our knighthood from doing such things? Look at this. This will be the greatest battle of many of these men's lives, but not us, my friends. If we sit back in the baggage train, we get to do nothing. We gain no glory. We simply watch. We cannot let these opportunities pass us by. My grandfather spent many years on garrison duty, and what did it get him? One day he died in a hunting accident.
Yes, I do know. My grandfather spent a lot of time on garrison duty as well. And my father disappeared before he could realize his full glory. But I think it's best if we get the blessing of the prince before we do our own thing. Because if we mess up, It is not just us that's failing. The whole army might fail.
We will not fail, my friend. But certainly. But I will not sit back and watch the baggage train. This much
Listen.
I will say.
I have a tendency to agree with you this time. But yes, maybe we should go to Duke 30. He'll hear us out.
Well, you
At
have
this
his
point-
favor. Perhaps if he suggests we stay behind, use your Samson the Navigator, and he uses quotes, to win his favor and allow us to go with you.
Yes, well, too bad William the Navigator is probably not on a hefty enough title to go to Prince Charlemagne himself. But I shall feed it to the betters and hope they give us favor.
My friend, you are here. You are the reason we are here 5 days early.
Yes.
Imagine if this army would have swollen. We could be facing even more of these dogs. These black dogs.
Yes, and maybe the baggage train would be defended.
Our prince will realize that your eyes see things that others miss, William. You've found a path, you have found a weakness in their defenses. I say, make your case and see if we were rewarded with the glory of combat instead of sitting idly by defending our own baggage train.
What, you two not coming with me?
Oh, I'm coming with you. I will not let you steal all the glory this time.
I will be there with you, my friend.
Yes. At least I think I count on you two. Even when it seems like crazy ideas come afoot. You give a smile and he'll start making his way towards, I guess, where the dukes and everybody would be gathering.
Yeah, there's actually a hastily erected altar set up. And you see Archbishop Turpin, who initially you guys were country bumpkins, you didn't know much, but you've got to know a lot of the noble squires, Ogier, the Dane, Roland, and then there are a bunch of other ones too that you've got to know. There's Berenger, the Gascon. These are all kind of noble squires with the in-character equivalent of high glory in this world, and so if not become friends with them, you've become aware of these folks. And Archbishop Turpin, as well as a younger archbishop, used to be a squire and has gone into this realm, but he's actually known for his martial prowess. They call him the war bishop, and he is kind of giving us the short mass, and there's incense and holy water being flung around. And Prince Charlemagne and the dukes are there as well. And Archbishop is speaking in Latin and blessing everybody. And if you want to interrupt the blessing and stuff, you can do that. Otherwise, you can wait until it's done.
Oh, there will be no interrupting of the blessing.
All right. Each of you give me love God then.
Oh, God.
Come on, let's see your love of God.
Oh, I love him!
Oh, look at that.
You get a +2 on every roll until this entire scenario is over.
Oh!
Tim, you get a +1 on every roll. just mark that down. Don't forget it, because a lot of these rolls are close.
Like you're saying through the end of the section I get +2, or?
This whole campaign, this battle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This
God loves
set
me.
of events. God loves you, yes you know. Samson, why are you melancholy? Why are you not receiving the inspiration of God? What's on your mind?
He's thinking back while they do the prayers and the sermon. His mind wanders back to his first adventure with William, and how he was almost killed by the free slave, and kind of gets a little melancholy about that, thinking, what if the same thing happens this time? He was able to defeat a couple of Saxons, but this is a much different fight now, and so all he can think about is that, and what if he dies? He won't be able to see the birth of his first child, and, his mind wanders to places it shouldn't in a time like this.
And after the mass is over with, outside you can hear armor being donned, horses mounted, and Duke Terry on his way out almost runs into you guys. Well met, noble squires. Are you prepared for this day? Your support will be with unmatched value. Hold the line, stay your discipline. You will be rewarded by your Father in heaven, not to mention the prince.
William smiles as he sees the Duke and gives a kneel. My lord, we are ready, but I bring tidings, not tidings, but I bring news.
I have listened to you once already, William. I will listen again. It was fortuitous the first time. Lord, hope it be the second.
Yes, I would hope so as well. And he'll stand up. He'll kind of point. I don't know if we can see the Saracen camp.
Yes, absolutely.
So he'll say, when you're looking around there, you see a lot of citizens, right? Well, they must not have been ready for us to show up this early, because they left a hole. And he'll kind of point towards the baggage train. There's the hole. There's no one defending the baggage train. No supplies. If we take it, we can work our way behind them. Hit them on two fronts.
So I understand. One of Sir Alary's counselors said as much. He is set to make that route of attack himself, carry the Oriflamme. Strike first at the baggage, and then Prince Charlemagne and myself and Duke Nemo will come forth with the main attack. You are wise, William of Ardennes, but I sense that you want something more from me.
Yes, we do, my lord, if you'd be so gracious. We're tired of sitting by while watching the fight. This fight against the pagans, it is calling us. The Lord wills us to go fight.
How can we prove our honor and glory? By sitting back, my lord. We wish to take the fight to these heathens, for God and for our prince.
Oh, love Lord, William.
Is there a bonus for the helpful agree? Add-on? No.
No, you get your +1 though, right?
Yeah. Alright. Attitude Lord?
Mm-hmm. Yep. With that bold move, too, I will actually let you just permanently increase that by 1 on the spot.
Ooh.
You've gone above and beyond the check at this point. Duke Thierry looks at the three of you, and I'm going to give all three of you 10 glory. Looks at the three of you. Very well. I know that one day you aim to be something more than squires, and some of you are yet beyond the age when this should have happened. This is a good opportunity. You are welcome to join myself and Duke Nemo and Prince Charlemagne in the main force. Sir Alary of Lombard will bear the Oriflamme in the first attack, decimating the baggage train as you suspected. But I will tell the three of you yet this, and you tell Ogier and Roland and all the other hasty, impatient squires that you will at least wait until the first engagement is made. It is only then you will know where to throw your force. You humble squires will be the hammer that strikes upon the anvil, that brings this heathen beast to its knees. What say you?
And Leah, with a big smile, looks over at Samson and Renee, and yes, we shall for Prince Charlemagne and the Lord. We shall not fail, and we shall do our duty and wait, and we shall be the hammer.
Renee is filled with God right now, and it makes him bold. And he says, "Of course, my Duke, I would not presume to disagree, but this Sir Alary of Lombard, what do we know of him? Should not Frankish warriors make sure that he is successful? Would we not be the tip of the spear? We're going with him first to destroy the rear of these Saracen bastards."
You see much, Renier Legree. Duke Nemo thought as much as you do. But it seems that there is much politics in war as there is blood and sweat. This glory given to Sir Alaroy, bearing the Oriflamme, will cement his alliance with King Pepin. The Frankish kingdom will now hold much sway in northern Italy, perhaps cementing a path to even greater power in the future. Do not know if you saw them, but Sir Alary and Prince Desiderius both have daughters who are both as beautiful as they are talented. Prince Charlemagne sees far into the distance beyond this battle, for he knows, without a doubt, we will be victorious with God on our side.
I wonder if God has not called us to help Sir Alaroy in this task. It is only my heart and my wish for Prince Charlemagne's future that drives me to this brash talk, my lord. I will do as you see fit and you think proper. I only bring it up now, for my lips could not be sealed, for I have this fervor of God and country in my heart.
I can see that your heart is aflame with the passion of the Lord and love for your prince and king, Renier Legree of Ardon. Very well. If you see the Oriflamme stagger in battle, you have my blessing and the blessing of Archbishop Turpin to wield your swords as if you were a knight. For in that instance, I do suspect that Prince Charlemagne would don you so within one evening.
He bows and looks to his friends and lets them speak if they shall wish it.
Oh,
I am grateful for this honor that you have bestowed upon us, and I will see that we fulfill our duties as squires within this army, and humbly thank you for this opportunity to prove ourselves today.
Oui. Now, I must prepare myself for battle. I suggest the three of you do the same. And he walks off.
Well, looks like we get our wish. They look at and agree. And you're gonna be leading us, are you? Striking that first blow.
I'm on mute, sorry. He looks to Samson. I will ride first. I believe God has favored us all.
Yes. But it takes courage as well. As long as well as the path of God to show the light.
Then follow me, Samson, and no bravery for once.
That's one promise I do not know if I can make.
You will try to ride ahead of me, will you?
Oh, I believe I'll try right ahead of both of you.
Ha! Then we will see who the better horseman is.
It's not about horsemanship. It's about when you see those pointy objects staring back at you. Do you have the muster to continue?
Oh, I do, my friend. Do not worry about me.
William will smack his shoulder. I do not, brother. Now come, let's prepare. We need to drink some ale. Do a little mini celebration. A prayer to God.
Prayer I will join you in, drink I will not. I wish to go into this with a clear head.
No, the ale is not for overindulging, but for a toast.
Just one drink, Samson. Come on.
For we may not have the opportunity to do it again afterwards. For this is God's will.
A toast I can agree to.
Samson, if you would fall this day, I will raise your bastard as my own, if it pleases you.
It is most appreciated, but I have many family members in Lorraine that will see to it. That is not a burden I ask you to bear.
Well, to be honest, I was thinking about the red-headed woman coming with her.
Yes, I will be sure to have a monk write down that in the event I fall, she is immediately sent to a nunnery.
Duh.
I'm
Well,
Kid, of course.
you are not very good at keeping promises with letters, the two of you, so perhaps you will forget.
Quite so.
I've never sent any. There is no promise to be made then.
I knew you didn't send any letters.
I told you, I was busy.
Psh,
I didn't have to make up a story about some courtier getting lost with a letter.
it was true, I swear it. Come, let us drink and feast.
And you head out and do that. Do you guys want to impassion yourself or do any prayers yourself? Any hasty prayers?
Yeah,
I can go over that mechanics if you want to go over it.
What
It's
happens
kind
if
of
we
a game-
fail
it's-
when we
it's kind of a
impassion
game
ourselves?
mechanic. So if you impassion yourself, what happens is if you succeed, you get a +5 in addition to whatever you have for all your rolls, all your skills until the end of the encounter or whatever. If you fail, you get a -5. If you crit, you get a +10. Now, what happens is if you succeed on it, you get a check to that passion. If you fail on it, but then you still succeed on the task, you get +1 to that passion, the actual stat. So that's even like being faithful in the setting of failure. If that makes any sense.
Can you say that again? The last part?
So let's say that you try to get impassioned, you fail, and you get a -5.
Yeah.
If you're still successful in your objective despite that -5, then you automatically tick up that passion by 1.
Oh, okay.
It's even better than a check mark.
Gotcha.
So there is a silver lining to even a failure. Now prayer is a little bit different. There is something called a prayer of impending mortality or something like that, and it's I'm gonna put it up here. There we go. So if you mutter these things, it's love Charlemagne, and you can either get a +10 to all scales. Okay, and this outcome table is basically what happens. So really some big downsides if you fail, but some really big upsides if you succeed. These are things like that you use in a life and death situation, but it's a gamble. It's kind of a cool mechanic. I think.
What do you roll with those? The prayer.
Love Charlemagne.
Oh really?
That's
What do we? That's the passion I would use anyway. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. You can do both even if you want.
So
You can get jacked if you need to.
So I can do like a passion honor family and then a passion Charlemagne.
Yep, you could do both if you want.
And if I fail on
Now-
one and pass on the other, it kind of negates it, right?
Oh, you can do one and not do the other if you fail, because you're correct. You'll hedge it.
Hey, that means I would do both.
I'm gonna just
Yes.
impassion for Love Charlemagne.
Okay. So you guys are getting arrayed up after your drink on the battlefield. The men are chanting in French chant. They're singing battle hymns. You hear the sound of thousands of men lining up on the hills with their horses, ready to charge into battle. And you guys can roll your passions. So you want to go first, Renee?
Not really, but I will.
Yes!
Oh, Lord!
Plus 10!
Balls.
So they're what, plus 12? You're at
Yep.
plus 12?
Yep.
Oh, man!
Lord!
What does that look like? Are you like giving the Braveheart speech to everybody? What?
He's standing there with his spear, and he's just, for some reason, just completely overtaken with courage and just this feeling of awe of kinsmanship with his friends and the rest of the army, and that he's actually going to be able to perhaps follow in his father's footsteps, who died in a glorious, glorious way only a few years past. And he hopes he survives, of course, to pass on his family, his line, but he is just... Finally, it's time, right? It's time for him to prove himself like his father did many years past, over and over again. And he is just smiling ear to ear, looking at straight ahead at men that he is going to kill.
So that gives you a plus 20, right?
No, because no, because I had two.
Here's the states of passion I'll give you. Let's see here.
But that was the prayer, wasn't it? The love of Charlemagne?
No, he wanted to do the love of Charlemagne as a passion. You can do either or.
Oh. That sucks.
Yeah, plus 10 for a crit. So
Yeah.
you're inspired, basically.
So yeah,
All right.
William's gonna do both. He's gonna go for his honor,
Ugh.
and he's gonna do the prayer.
All right, roll passion honor.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, so what now? You're at what?
Oh.
Negative. You're at -4 net. Wait. It still would have missed.
yeah.
Yeah, at +1, but
Damn.
so you're at -4 net. You're gonna go deeper?
Let's hope for a love Charlemagne.
Get it? Oh no!
I am gonna
I-
suck on this battle.
-4. Prayer results. Failure. It's a regular failure.
I get a -1 to my
-1 to the
Charlemagne.
passion immediately.
love of my Charlemagne.
Wait, never mind. No, that's only if you fail your objective. So if you run from the battle or something. So just -5. So you're at a -9 for everything. Oh God.
And melancholy.
Well, that's going to set in after the battle. There's big downsides to it. Samson, what are you doing?
Samson is going to do the passion honor. It's he's not proud. He's more modest, but he's very valorous, and he believes that he is kind of taken up on Rainier's words and the chants of all, and wishes to do his family proud as well as his count and duke, and it is his belief that he can do that and bring honor to his family's name.
Yeah. Boom. +5.
And I will
Sure.
not press my luck.
So you're at a +5. Renee's at a +12, and William's at -4. Is that right?
Yeah, but is that including the +1?
Yeah.
All right, so -4.
Yep. All right, here we go. Move everybody.
So I missed it. Are we in the charge to the baggage train now? The green.
You're with the main force. He's asking you to hold back at least until you know how the battle's going and where to throw your might.
I wasn't sure if Legree was successful in getting his way.
Yeah, he was because you were. All right, I'll let you guys role play what it looks like. So you see Prince Charlemagne and both of the dukes head out in the first charge, and they just crash into the Saracens. You see Sir Allery do a flanking maneuver on the baggage train of the enemy. There are war horns raised into the air. You have yet to perform your charge, and I'll let you guys role play, and then everybody give me a battle roll so you can see kind of how everything's developing.
Renee is just watching Sir Allery very closely, almost expecting him to fail, and it's hard to keep him from driving his horse forward, just because he's so jacked up.
Yes, William is feeling eager as well. Not as eager as Legree, but deep down he's hoping for a successful. He's hoping to come out unscathed as well as his friends. But he's keeping his eye on, trying to keep his eye on both the main battle and the baggage train battle, knowing that if the baggage train battle starts following, that Legree will let him know for sure.
Samson is sitting atop his charger. The animal can feel the anxiousness and the adrenaline coursing through Samson as itself, kind of stomps its hoof periodically, wanting to charge in, almost the subconscious desire to join the fray. He sits with a lance, raised up, scanning the battlefield, waiting for a moment to present itself so the trio can make haste and join the fray and get their own glory and turn the tide to their favor.
All right, so you guys make me battle rolls.
That's with plus 12, so
Crit?
22. I did not crit, but
Yeah, but Samson did.
yeah.
Yep. So I'll just let Samson roleplay this. So here's what you see. Yeah, you see Prince Charlemagne, the dukes in the main host. They are outnumbered for sure. Let the hosts of Franconia fight valiantly, and though Prince Charlemagne's banner is surrounded, he's holding his own, and they seem to be slaying the heathens with abandon from their horses after their first charge. You can see Sir Allery kind of coming around to the flank, though, and slamming into the baggage train. He kind of gets caught up in all the tents and that sort of thing, and from the other side of the hill, you hear a horn, and you see a host of Saracen knights kind of crest the hill and slam into Sir Allery unit's rear. What you see then is you see the Oriflamme drop as Sir Allery kind of brings it to his side, and you see his unit get routed and peel off of the main battle. You see his unit kind of retreating back towards the camp, that Oriflamme tattered and fluttering in the wind. And soon thereafter, unfortunately, that cavalry force that slammed into the back of Sir Allery's unit, it comes down on the main host and surrounds Prince Charlemagne, and you see Prince Charlemagne's banner go down, although the dukes are surrounding him, fighting valorously. And right now, what you guys are seeing And you see it first of all, Samson, is the Duke kind of running full speed towards you. You go, fall back! Fall back! Fall back!
Is it possible, or are we too far away to kind of almost take, what was it pronounced that Sir Allery has? What's that banner called?
The Oriflamme?
Yeah, to take that banner almost like, and I know you're going to laugh when I draw this comparison, almost like Mel Gibson in that American Revolutionary War movie where he kind of grabs and he's like, no retreat, follow me. And he kind of like shouts a battle cry, for Francia, for Charlemagne, for King Pepin, this way, no retreat.
You could do that. He runs up to you, and his men are routing from the field, and he kind of stops in front of all the squires, and he says, alas, alas, King Charlemagne has fallen, and most of his men are dead. All of you, it would be better to retire and negotiate a treaty while we still have the chance to do so.
Untrue. He stands. He does not fall. Rally around the banner. We will break this Saracen host with a mighty charge to me.
Yeah, even as you say that, he does seem to get swallowed up. And you can't even see the Prince or Duke Termi or Nemo or any of them right now. And Ogier kind of comes to your side. What you say is true, Squire. Lombard. He's the typical Danish spunk. He kind of says something to him. He says, we must prepare for battle in this time of need. And yet you run from the field like some sort of coward. And unless he's stopped, Ogier is going to take a large club and try to like knock Sir Allery out of his horse and hand the Oriflamme to Samson unless he's stopped.
I'm not going to stop him. Cowardice is being dealt with in a just manner, as Samson believes. And he is going to take the Oriflamme.
Well, tell him what that looks like, yeah.
He sits back and he sees what Ogier is going to do. And for the briefest of moments, he thinks, I should probably stop him. But the cowardice shown by Allery disgusts him, and his desire to save Charlemagne overrides any sense of, decency. And as the club comes down, Allery falls from the horse, but the Oriflamme is grabbed before it can hit the ground and is handed to Samson, and he waves it in the air, shouting, rally around us. We will save Charlemagne. The day is ours. No fear.
Renee says, Squires, knights, everyone, charge! And he will try to go first.
You gotta check your because William's gonna be willing to go first as well.
Valorous?
Well,
it's typically whoever has the most glory.
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna be the first one. I mean, I can roll Valorous to see, but
if you guys are trying to get neck and neck, roll Valorous and see who wins.
I don't want to be neck and neck. I'm gonna let those two do it, but I just want to help. Lead a counter charge into the main or into the rear, maybe of the.
Let's see your sweet
cavalry.
negatives, Sim.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh yeah, he gets -9.
I get plus 12, so.
I rolled higher too.
But do
Plus
you have
12 to that?
Yeah, mine's plus 12. What did you? Oh, do you have your negatives on there? Oh, he got it then.
Yep. He actually rolled higher than you, I guess, the way we're doing it now. Yeah. So tell me what that looks like, because you kind of are in the front, and light from heaven comes down upon thee.
I would have critted from 15 to 20, but
yeah, I'm going to give Renier just five glory, and William gets 10. What does that look like as you guys lead the charge?
So William, seeing Renee get ready to go, he gets a little too eager. He's not afraid to meet his glory. and taking Samson's word to heart, raises his lance up. Yes, for glory, for God, for King. For Prince Charlemagne. Let's charge. Start rear his horse up and get the beast a moving.
You're charging into the battle. Horses thundering beneath you guys. You enter into like where the battle is taking place in the outskirts of it, and there's blood is soaking the ground. You can smell just that metallic smell of blood and sweat and shit just filling the air. More than once you have to change the course of your charger as you have to avoid a fallen knight just bleeding out onto the ground. Who is the unit commander then? Who wants to be the unit commander? It's typically who has the highest battle, but
I offer.
You have the Oriflamme, don't you?
I have the Oriflamme, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I also have the highest battle, but
Yep.
also the Oriflamme. So I mean,
That makes sense. It'd be you then.
Yeah. Yep. Roll battle. Boom. Unit battle roll. Success. Unit can engage, remain disengaged, or withdraw to the rear. So you can do whatever you want. So I'm guessing you guys want to just engage.
we're
right?
going to engage.
All right. And, all right. Mr. Unit Commander, there's one more table for you to roll on. And it's called the Random Enemy Battle at the end. It's the very last table. This is probably going to determine how this happens. Because there are some very bad rolls you could potentially get. Here we go.
Nothing happened. Let me try again.
That's a good sign, right?
Nothing's happening.
It's broke.
I'll roll it here.
I don't trust you.
I probably had I'll just roll it for you. I probably have a typo in there or something. What's it say?
Wounded
Oh.
Saracens.
That's good for you. That's good.
That's probably what I would have rolled anyway.
So each of you guys get a wounded Saracen. And why don't you guys go ahead and role play it as I get your tokens out here.
Yeah, we just come up upon a bunch of Saracens fighting. Someone turned around as we approach. No mercy.
William and Rainier are leading the charge, and then behind them comes Samson with the Oriflamme, and behind them the rest of whatever Lombards and Franks return to the battle to save their prince. And he sees the Saracens ahead and can tell they're fatigued from the battle, and they have the advantage.
All right. Let's go from left to right. Samson, you're first.
Now, are they on foot or are they on
They're
horse?
on foot.
Okay,
They're
so that is a lance, so +5 versus mounted, +5 versus non-lance or spear or whatever. Is that correct?
Yep.
So
It's a
I'm
+5 for you. It's +5 for you. It's -5 for them. It's a +5 on whatever you get. You already have a +5, right? So
yeah. So
It'll be a
+5 was
+10.
a lance versus non-lance, and +5 for mounted. Just so I'm doing this right.
yes. And so it'll be 15.
15. Whoops, sorry, that was random.
Getting ahead.
Yeah, right. That's a hit.
It's a hit. Let me see what he does. Does he have a spear? And he's at -5.
What?
Oh. Yeah, they have only a 5 skill. So, you hit him. You want to
So
use that
roll.
damage? You want to roll again?
Use horse. I can use horse for the damage. Is that correct? Or what can I do again?
Your lance is the damage.
I thought you used the horse stat for the damage. Sorry.
You
I
could
don't
train.
know.
No,
I
no,
think
you
there's-
you could train your horse to fight.
I think that's just like if you like trample on somebody, right?
Yeah, you could teach your horse to fight later on, and the horse could rear and kick and stuff.
I think it's just your damage. It's regular damage. So you can keep that 12, or you can roll again if you want.
Okay, I'll roll again.
18. It's probably going to knock him down. Let's see. He does. He goes down and he takes yeah, it kills him. You rolled low on that table. You rolled low. You only get 10 glory for him. So tell me how you finish that guy off.
As they charge in, the first turns around as he hears the thundering approach of the counter charge, and he turns and brings up his spear to try and fend off Samson, but he's at too much of a disadvantage, and the lance pierces through him, knocking him down, and the hole in his chest confirms that he won't ever be getting up again. You said 10 glory?
Yep, I did it.
Oh.
I'll always add the glory. I have a little macro on here. All right, Renier.
Yeah, he just tries to run this guy through with his spear as he comes up behind him. I guess that's plus 17 then?
Yes, no matter what I roll, basically. With the -5. These guys suck.
Yeah, but it helps him crit.
Just so you know, it is the horse's damage for a lance attack on page 123.
It is.
I still did not crit, even though it was 10. But...
I'll just if a lance charge is made against anything other than a character wielding a great spear or another character making a lance charge, the charging knight gets a +5. Further, because the horse's weight and momentum is behind the attack, the damage from a lance charge uses the horse's damage statistic rather than
there
the
you
rider's.
go. You want to roll your horse damage instead? Probably do.
Kill him anyway.
I think you're just mowing these people down.
Yeah, so damage for me. I used a spear, not a lance, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, just roll your regular one then. Oh, still 18. Let's see here. Dead.
Yeah, just runs him through the back. God wills it!
And William of Ardell.
So let's get this straight. I get a -4. +5 would be a +1 and plus another 5, so it'd be +6.
Yeah,
You're
and the way I
-9,
coded that
I
macro, if you just helps you quickly think, you can do math in that macro. So you can put you know what I'm saying? You can put math in it if you want.
All right.
It's like you put 5 plus 5 minus 4, and it'll just do it for you.
Gotcha. All right, so +6, and it's lands.
I just realized how theme appropriate this background was. Almost
Roll damage.
So fucking close.
So close.
Oh my.
I'm not even gonna roll. What does
Yeah.
it look like?
So as Williams charge, and then the Saracen hears the hoof prints and sees two of his comrades get speared. He turns around, sees a William on his horse of vengeance, getting ready to mow him down, but he doesn't show his distinctive smile. More of a fury in his eyes.
All right. So your unit smashes in to this Saracen foot soldier line, and you're just making your way towards where Charlemagne's banner fell, right? And all around you are the other squires. You can hear the Danish voice of Ogier. To hell with them! The barbarian horde will taste dirt and never wake from this long sleep. And you hear Roland's voice. For Charlemagne! For Franconia! Charge! And they're around you fighting valiantly. Although, Samson, you're still at the front with the Oriflamme bearing further and further in the battle. So round 2, give me another battle roll, Samson. Heck yeah. You have reached the Dukes and Prince Charlemagne. Here's what you guys see. As you come to him, you're still on your horses. You see both the Dukes have been dismounted. Their horses lay slain next to them, and Prince Charlemagne has been dismounted as well. His banner is at his feet, and he fights with a hand axe from his belt, hewing the Saracens that come at the three of them. They are rallying the men the best they can, but you see 2 Saracen knights kind of press in on Prince Charlemagne. One of them stabs Charlemagne's horse. That's what kind of threw him off. And the other one's about ready to stab Prince Charlemagne in the back.
Are we still charging?
No, you're not charging. It's only the very first round.
With the Oriflamme in one hand, or, I don't know how I carry it, but sword drawn, he goes to take on the Saracen that is trying to end his prince.
Yeah, same. I would charge over there as well.
Yeah, William as well. They're not charging, so I don't think the lance would be of use no more, so you draw a sword.
You use it as a spear if you want, but...
Yeah, I've been using spears anyway.
All right.
William, drop his lance and wield his sword.
Who's leading in to get this guy?
I say we roll valorous again.
There you go.
I like my chances eventually.
Me with the -4 here.
Right.
Oh, I didn't even add anything.
I didn't. God! Didn't get it.
Alright, hang on.
25 versus, well, Samson's got me beat anyway.
I was going to say mine would be a 19.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't add to your roll. It just.
No, it adds. It's good.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
actually,
you're right.
It'd be Samson
So,
anyway.
Samson will win. Yep.
Yeah, because
So tell me what it looks like. You ride forth with the Oriflamme.
as he rides forth, kind of feeling almost an energy flowing through him for the Oriflamme, giving him courage and strength he didn't know he had. He makes his way to the Saracen knight and unbowed for Prince Charlemagne, and swings at the Saracen in an attempt to save his prince.
All right, make your roll, and I'll make his.
Oof.
Success. And he wins. You get a partial success, though, so you get to use your shield, so that makes your armor 13, I believe. If I'm correct. So he will roll his damage against you, 17. He did roll a 6, so that degrades your shield by 1 point. So your shield is only worth 5 now.
Okay.
And your armor is what? For that hit, it would be 13. So you would take 4. But that 17 is probably over your knockdown, right?
Yep.
So roll dex.
Plus armor penalties.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's, I think it's, I don't,
Well, the dex penalty is -5, but I'm also didn't account for my +5.
So it's the same.
So it's the exact same roll. Yeah, I gotta remember. There's something about like the knockdown, like it doesn't matter for the knockdown or something. I seem to remember. The armor
He didn't
penalty
get
doesn't
knocked
matter.
down anyway.
Yeah, either way, it doesn't matter. All right, so you would only take what, 4?
4 points.
4 points. Yeah. So Renier and William, you see this guy is much more formidable. But I mean, he's attacking Samson. So I mean, if you hit him, you hit him.
Yeah, William, of course, would follow right behind Samson, so he'd take a swing at him. With a -3 because the sword gives him a +1.
So it's a crit.
Well, no, I gotta roll yet.
Oh, sorry, I was just looking at the 8.
I'll take it. Close.
Is that already factored in though?
Yeah,
It is.
I put -3 in already.
It is. That is a success against him. I'm not letting him use his shield since he's engaged with somebody else. So roll damage.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
that's definitely over his threshold. It's a -5.
Really major
Ooh,
wound.
passed it. That's 20. But that's minus his armor, which is going to be 7. So you take 13. That is a major wound. He's down to less than half. He's going to be at a -10 now. He's going to be at a -10 to everything. Tell me what it looks like as you just wreck this dude.
So as the three of them start charging towards their prince's defense, and you see Samson take a big hit. You know, he has a flashback of when they were on the road, but he also sees that the Saracen is focused on Samson, so using it as an opportunity because he's distracted again. William makes a strike from behind. You shall face the might that flank you.
William.
Rainier.
Or Rainier.
Rainier.
Legree.
Carol man.
Jesus.
No crit still, but that's a hit.
Is that
Roll
what
damage. Oh!
3 6s.
3
So
6s.
much
That would degrade his armor and I think this is probably going to end up killing him though. Probably going to end up killing him because he has to do a couple things. So first of all, he has to do this at a -15. Okay, so fails that. So no matter what happens, he's going to fall from his horse. And damage-wise, he would take 13 more. So that kills him, and he falls from his horse and breaks his neck. So you can roleplay that.
Yeah, Renee kind of comes around to the last, on the side of Prince Charlemagne and the knight, and he just stabs his spear into the lower neck, upper collarbone area, stabbing deep into his chest and throwing him off the horse, and he just falls straight backwards on the kind of almost not crown of his head, but just the very back, and his neck gets flexed forward so hard that it just breaks. Then Renee, for good measure, his horse kind of walks over him and slams its hoof down on its head.
Nice.
All right. So you're on your horses. You see the prince and the two dukes on foot. A great roar goes up among everybody as the humble squires go into the battle, and Prince Charlemagne and the two dukes are enheartened again. Prince Charlemagne calls out, "Alas! Alas! Though Sir Alarie has fled the field like a scared rabbit, the Oriflamme remains. The proud Frankish blood will still win the day. Bonjour! Bonjour! To me!" What do you guys do?
William will make his way with his horse to Prince
Oh, I want everybody to make an awareness check too.
and he'll get off his horse and tell the prince My prince, lead the men from the horse. The day is going to be ours. And he'll offer him his horse.
Awareness from Samson.
Should I check that then?
Yep, check it.
Oh, it's already checked. Never mind.
Yep. So Tet would win that. So you get 100 glory for that, William. He climbs upon your horse. This will not be forgotten, William of Ardon. See me, and the rest of you, see me back at camp ere the day is done. He kind of kicks his horse. To me, to me! He kind of looks around as if looking for something. Renier, you see something glittering among the litter of the battlefield. And you see and notice Prince Charlemagne's famous sword, Yo-Yo.
What is it called? Yo-yo?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what it's spelled. Will you?
Yeah. Renee says, "Look there," and he'll go for. How far away is it?
Oh, it's not that far.
Yeah, he will stoop down and kind of hop out, like dismount and grab it. And he kind of takes a look at it for a moment, just in awe. And he says, "My prince!" And he will like trudge over to him and his horse and reach up and pass it off.
It's Joyous. Joyous.
Joyous.
Yeah, he rides past
I like
you and
yo-yo better.
catches it from your hand and rears his horse up. My sword! The Oriflamme! We are whole again, Franconia, and joined by these humble squires in their acts of valor. To me, to me! And he kind of looks around at the dukes. Does Samson want to do anything? You can either get them a horse with a horsemanship roll, or you could give them your own. You probably get more honor by giving your own, but it's up to you.
I'm going to grab them a horse with a horsemanship roll,
Okay.
as he does not want to dismount while he is holding the Oriflamme.
You can
Very
just give
good.
it to me.
You take
Good.
who has Prince or Charlemagne's banner? Didn't that fall?
Yes. Does somebody want to pick it up?
How many banners can one man hold?
Yeah, somebody else can grab it. You guys can grab it.
I guess William being on the ground would grab it.
Peasant.
All right. And yeah, so
Samson.
tell me what it looks like. Yeah, you round some horses around the battlefield and get them to the dukes, and it says, Samson of Verdun, you are as brave as you are talented with the lute. Join us in battle, shall you?
Lead us to victory, O mighty dukes, for Franconia.
All right. And so as you guys kind of press on with the battle, it seems with this that the Saracens have broken. They see Joyeuse again flaming in the afternoon sun. They see the Oriflamme into the battle at the head of dozens and dozens of squires turned soon to be knights. They see even Prince Charlemagne's banner rose again into the air. And now you hear horns, and the Sultan of Babylon calls a retreat. What do you guys want to do? I will give you some options. There are a couple things you can do as they rout. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You could free prisoners. You could free Frankish prisoners. That will give you a check in merciful and honor. You can plunder the baggage train. You would give yourself a check in selfish, but you would plunder 1d20 livre. You could capture a pagan, but to do that you have to do a 14 plus 1d6, and that will refer me to a table, and I'll tell you who you have to fight. And if you fight and win one round, you get to capture that person. So I'll let you say what you want to do as the enemy routes.
What is the best course of action from a battle perspective, or does it matter at this point?
It doesn't matter. It looks like you guys have won the day.
What do we get if we plunder? We get
1d20 Libra and check selfish.
selfish.
Yeah, I'll be plundering.
Plunder.
Plunder.
All three
yeah.
plunder?
Yeah.
All right. Give yourself a check in selfish. And everybody roll me a 1d20.
Oh, come on. Is this my most important? Do I get plus 20
It-
or plus 12?
No, you do not.
Oh, that's not bad. I'll take that.
Oh, Rich, you guys are rich.
I'm rich, bitch.
It's time for me to get a 1.
Oh my gosh!
And each of you also get 2 extra Libra as spoils of war that's going to be divvied up after this. So add 2 to whatever that number is.
My precious. I'll take 16 Libra. I still think I should get plus 12, though.
My -4.
So hours pass and the baggage train is plundered. Many Frankish prisoners are freed, and a lot of Saracen, and there's actually some Danes involved in the battle, and they were captured as well. And eventually, everybody kind of ends up at St. Peter's Cathedral near Rome. Let me grab everybody here. Squires and stuff. Squires and even Sir Allery.
Fuck that guy.
He's got a bump on his nougat.
Yeah. Even Sir Allery. And you've heard word that at this point Prince Charlemagne promised to knight any squire that took the field of battle in the time of need and saved him from almost certain death. I'll let you guys role play for a little bit, and then we'll do a few things and we'll end it.
So Liam would approach Samson and Rainier. Yeah, did you hear? The squires who took the field in battle are no longer squires.
Not yet. Yes, under with a ceremony.
We
Oh,
have
yeah.
to
On the
have
morrow.
the knighting ceremony, but I think first it's most important to return the Orflam and the banner of Prince Charlemagne to him. It is not ours to keep, and it needs, as you can see by the tattered nature of the Orflam, it is in need of repair. But I think we all did excellent today. God smiled upon us all, and once again I have you, William, and you, Rainier, to thank. When I was being attacked by a pagan, it was you that came to my aid once again.
Yes, I killed him, as I predicted, of course, and saved Prince Charlemagne. But you did assist me, both of you, and I appreciate that.
Yes, yes. This seems the glory to be yours. No matter. The glory
Yes,
is for everybody today.
You were quite amazing when single combat, though I dare say I did lead the charge to help save the prince, but a trivial matter leading a great group of men to save our prince. Nothing to brag about, right?
Let us find some olive-skinned women in this place. And we'll all sire some bastards tonight.
Unfortunately. Not.
Where are
The bishop,
We got
bishop shows up. The bishop shows up.
No, that's
And-
not what I meant. I meant the Lombardis, not Muslims.
Archbishop tells each of you that
Oh gosh, what a buzz.
the prince expects you to be knighted in the morning, and he recommends you spend the evening in solitude and prayer, fasting in St. Peter's Cathedral. Before the ceremony in the morning, you will be given a bath and then be presented to Prince Charlemagne wearing a tabard of white with black overlay and a crimson cloak to represent the blood of Christ. But in the meantime, all the squires have to fast overnight in the cathedral.
Yes.
As on the word of the Archbishop, Samson nods his head and thanks his holiness and does as commanded and cleans himself and sees to having first aid treated to his wound, as once again he seemed to be the only individual hurt in battle. And then once that is done, he dresses accordingly and begins his fasting for something he had looked forward to his entire life, the knighting ceremony.
Yes, William will kneel and thank the Archbishop. Yes. We must prepare ourselves for the Lord.
All right, everybody roll me Constitution.
This
I gotta eat.
Right?
I'll see if you fall asleep overnight.
I will forever make fun of anybody who falls asleep.
You won't know.
You get your bonuses too and penalties.
Oh,
Oh, hell. I'm going to bed.
Whew.
Is that a crit, Tet?
No. That'd be
yeah,
Just
fine.
shy. Just shy.
Yeah, close. Okay, so I get a -4. I'll see you guys in the morning.
tired.
God damn it.
Yeah, Sam is the only one that falls asleep overnight.
I failed no matter what.
And you're the one who loves Jesus the most.
As William falls asleep, you hear Samson mutter to Rainier,
Getting some glory out for you guys.
"Pride
Stay-
cometh
stayed
before
awake.
the fall."
Those of you who stayed awake get 10 more glories, and you're known as being pious. The next morning comes, and there was a large crowd gathered outside downtown Rome, or whatever you call it. I don't know. Yeah,
DT.
DTR.
Yeah.
And at this point, Prince Charlemagne calls forth Ogier, Roland, Reynard, Odo, Berenger, Oliver, and all the other squires. Many of them have been in his household for years, and he makes a pronouncement about these particular squires. And this is a excerpt from the Carloman saga. One day, King Charlemagne was sitting in his great hall amidst his vassals, and he told them, "By the grace of God, and if you agree to it, I would like to choose 12 worthy men to lead my palace guards in battle to confront the pagans with courage." They replied favorably and asked him to accomplish his wish. So the prince declared, "I will name as paladins first my kinsman Roland, then Oliver, thirdly Turpin. I placed him at the head of my army to fight the pagans in memory of the order God gave his 12 apostles to spread his word. And likewise shall each of you bring aid and strength when danger is highest, as if you were all born blood brothers." So the first order of paladins is created. Then he calls forth the other squires, and it's going to be in a reverse glory. So who has the least glory among you?
Like total?
Yep, total.
Currently, I have 764, including from this game.
What?
What do you have? You have to have more than that, William.
I do. With the extra 100 I got from giving the prince my horse, I have 1,500.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's been racking it up.
I've got 641.
So you go first. You go first. Prince Charlemagne
Bullshit.
calls you over.
Yeah.
Renier Legree,
Hot.
come forth to be recognized for your acts of valor.
Yes, my prince. And he rushes up to him and kneels and bows very quickly.
I do thee knight. By my power as prince of the Franks, and my father, King Pepin. Rise and be knighted, Sir Renier Legree. And everybody kind of shouts when that happens. Yeah, huzzah!
Renee stands with tears in his eyes and looks and waves to the people and smiles and thank you, my prince. And he backs away. And
There is a good-natured tradition after becoming a knight. You have to perform something called the leap.
Okay.
And basically, you have to leap onto your horse first try with no hands, but you don't have to wear armor or anything. And it's a dex check.
Oh, God.
And there's no penalty for failing. It's just... It's
Do I
a fun
get 12?
thing.
Do I get plus 12?
You do. You
Okay.
do.
Wait, I would argue this next day.
That was the whole... It's just the whole thing. It's the whole shebang.
Plus 12. Well, I made it.
You made it, so you get 10 more glory. And everybody kind of laughs and and they, Sir Renier Legree! As you sit upon your steed. I'll give you 10 more glory for that. Alright, next would be Samson of Verdun. Samson of Verdun! Bard of Verdun, come forth and be recognized for your acts of valor.
Samson walks forward and takes a knee and, yes, my prince, I humbly answer your call.
It was Samson, Sir Samson I dub thee, who bore the Oriflamme into battle and drove the heathen Saracens from the field. May God's blessings be upon thee. I dub thee knight. And you can make the leap if you like.
Yep.
Wait, it's an option?
It's an option.
Oh, God. You smash your face.
So,
Cobblestone.
yeah, he goes to jump on
Everybody
the horse and like misses badly and like crotch lands right on the horse's tail and he falls backwards and gets up. He's like red faced. He goes, I would have done better if it had been a young lass in a hayloft, and kind of like laughs to hide his shame.
And last but not least, young William of Ardon, mighty in faith and mighty with the blade, come forth and be recognized for your acts of valor, and take your place among the knights of the Franks.
And William would walk up there and kneel down. It is an honor, Prince Charlemagne.
The honor is all mine. Your wisdom and your connection with God was undisputably valuable in this battle. Without you, I fear... Well, I do not deign to fear what could have happened. But go forth, William of Ardon. Bear your new title of Sir William proudly, and do glory to the Frankish people. Rise, Sir William d'Ardon.
William would rise and nod again at the prince and make his way towards the horse, knowing that now he won't be the only one kissing a horse's ass. Dex check, you said, right?
Yep.
Yep.
What does it look like?
So he'll go running up and almost the same. Doesn't clear it. Chest right into the ass end of the horse. And he falls down. Stands up and he'll do a he'll do a bow. For us, as God wills, that I did not jump on the horse. I am but this humble servant.
Renee walks over and puts his hands on both his friend's shoulders and says, Ah, my friends, you see, you need a Saxon cook so you can not be so fat and jump higher.
He kind of laughs. Yes, it seems that William the Faithful is William the Fat.
Well, my friend, you did not jump so high either.
I was injured. My side hurt when I tried to jump. I felt a muscle, something inside of me pull. That is why I fell. Not because I am not dexterous or lithe like many of the knights here today.
Mine was just but a lesson. To be humble. Perhaps my ego got too big and the Lord thought to put me in my place.
And here's the best part of it. You each get 1,300 lump sum of glory.
Dang.
I will add that to you now.
How old are the rest of you?
I'm 15.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
You met qualifications by 15?
Yeah, I did.
That's like my Actard guy. He did too.
Pretty much by accident.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't want to go back and cheese it.
Oh, man, you guys cleaned up for the game as far as
21.
glory goes.
I was 21.
I'm 20.
Samson's young man impregnating women.
That's right. That's how virile I am. I can't mount a horse, but I can mount them glasses like
All
nobody's
right.
business.
All right, we've handed out the plunder. We've handed out all that stuff. Now, I think you get 2 gifts, too, don't you?
Yeah, I already rolled mine.
Did you?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
he's a
probably-
big cheater.
What'd you get?
that was the sword, the relic, and yeah, I don't remember. A Libre.
Yeah,
You guys want to do that now, or you just want to cut out?
I already did it too. I rolled a signet ring and an extra horse. I didn't realize it was at knighting.
What page is it?
Always behind us, huh?
Mhm.
When you're...
I'll tell you in a second.
It's at the bottom of like where you do your
The Leap, Knightly Privileges, the Knighting
Yes.
Ceremony, the Vigil, we did that.
Page 35, I believe, or 405.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't see
Might-
any.
we privileged.
Page
You get your-
39 in the book,
You-
table 1-15.
Get 2 of those.
Depends on your
No, I don't
page
think that's.
training.
I think those are birth gifts. You get those when you make your character.
Yeah.
There's a
time to find out what you forgot you had.
I
Yeah,
no, I
there's-
did that
there's-
one. I did the birth gifts thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
which one are
another
you
one.
talking about?
I think there's another one.
I don't see anything about knighting and getting gifts.
there's a Frankish blessing. I don't know what that is though.
That's if your predecessor is canonized.
Oh,
Play out the knighting ceremony as described in chapter 1. That would be on page 35. So let's see here.
we get a squire, a coat of arms.
The vigil, the leap, getting a squire when we get home, court of arms.
Starting out fix. Frankish birth gifts,
And that goes into possessions.
possessions. Glorious stories. I'll look into it. I thought you get something else, but maybe not.
I mean, you could always just give us another gift roll and call it a day.
We get the love of God in our hearts, and that is more than enough. Now that I have all that money from the baggage train.
Yeah. How many? Now we need to go get some slaves. Get some more money.
You guys survived. Well, you rolled lowest you could roll on that table.
Nice.
We would
Yay,
have
battle
dominated
roll.
anybody.
No. No.
I
Not this
would've.
guy.
I would have.
Yeah, you had full.
Not this dude.
Holy shit! He's carrying a fucking marble pillar.
Yeah. He does. I'll tell you, he does 86 damage.
Oof.
He would never hit me. God,
You have
like
to keep
that
riding
confidence.
around. He's like a big giant.
God was it.
Saracen giant. I was just wondering, because if you rolled that guy, I'll just like one-shot you. Alright. We'll end it there.